Just say hi to Amber and we'll delete it. You're live.
Hi, Amber!
Can you hear us?
Can you / see me? I'm talking to you, Amber Brandon.
Okay, she's typing. I can. How is the sound? How is the quality? Is it weird?
Oh, it's way worse.
Okay, we got 2 minutes. Cool.
Oh, you got...
Hear us, Amber? Text me back on Teams if you can hear me. Text me the word.
Is anybody else watching?
That would be...
Sorry if there's anybody else watching. I only know of Amber.
Used to be a delay. Okay, that makes sense because this one is going here to here.
Oh, so it records me and then it
Streams it.
sends it to
into
YouTube.
there.
Okay, got it.
Let's see if she writes banana. Okay. Yes, this is just a test if anyone else has watched me. Oh, you said text me the word and it cut out. Oh. Text me the word banana.
Oh.
Okay, anyways. Well, it's just 12, so here we go. Ready?
Okay, let me know when to
I
start.
am ready. Here we go. I don't know why. Okay, here we go. Live. Okay. Checking connection. You're now live. Hello, Cece.
Hi, I'm Cece. I'm the Community Outreach Team Leader for Down to Earth, and we're excited to have you cook with us once again for our Instagram Live demo today. And today's recipe is a vegan grilled cheese sandwich, but this is not any ordinary vegan grilled cheese sandwich. This is such a great recipe for if you want to sneak some hidden veggies in, especially if you're trying to sneak veggies in for your keiki. And they can even help you. It's such an easy recipe, and it uses a lot of ingredients that you probably have lying around the house already, with one very important star ingredient, which we will get to later.
Okay.
So the website address is d2e.co/grilled cheese. That's d2e.co/grilled cheese if you want to follow along with the recipe walking over here. Okay, so first things first, I have done some just to prep in advance. So what I did was I actually cooked. Yeah.
People are still joining, so maybe give them
okay.
a couple
Let's
seconds.
wait a little bit. We can have some banter while we wait. You know, let me just tell you why this recipe is so dear to my heart. If you're like me, I actually started off as a vegetarian before I became vegan. And so for the first few years of my vegetarianism, the only thing I pretty much ate that wasn't vegan was cheese. I was obsessed with cheese. I guess you could call me a cheegan. I literally loved all kinds of cheese. And then I was intolerant, which answered a lot of my health questions. And because I was lactose intolerant, obviously I couldn't eat cheese anymore, which was devastating to have found out you're lactose intolerant. You may be able to relate. Totally devastated. Didn't know how I would ever be able to live without cheese. And this is the perfect recipe for anyone who is trying to transition to a plant-based diet and would like to try some plant-based cheeses. And like I said, use that are very readily found. You may even have in your pantry or your fridge already. So, how are we going? Have we got some...
Yeah, we got...
Joining us, everyone. Okay, so first of all, I pre-cooked the veggies. Yes.
Just for the people that joined, can you re-say what we're making today?
Yes, we are making a vegan grilled cheese sandwich, but we are actually making our own homemade cheese, and it has hidden veggies in it. So definitely a great recipe if you're for a way to sneak veggies to your keiki without them realizing.
Awesome.
So the veggies that we've got potato, onion, and carrot, and I pre-cooked these just for about 10 minutes boiling. It's very, very important that after you boil them, you actually use a colander or something to strain the excess water, just because that water will actually dilute the... We're not actually making like a block of cheese like you would normally see. You might purchase a block of cheese or even a block of vegan cheese. We're kind of making more of like a cheesy sauce / a runny cheese, a spreadable cheese that will make it very easy for you to get that melty kind of consistency on your grilled cheese sandwich. So potatoes, onion, and carrots that have been cooked already. And now we're just going to pop them into the blender right over here. And you can use a food processor as well if you don't have a high-speed blender. The ingredients are all very, very mushy, if that's the right word. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain these cashews that I have been soaking for a couple of hours. If you don't have a couple of hours to soak, you can just do it. You can use boiling water just for about 15 minutes to get them to the right consistency. And if you're wanting to make this a nut-free recipe, you can actually use hemp seeds as well. So, very versatile recipe. Okay, then I'm going to add some veggie broth. And you can also use water if you don't want to use veggie broth, or you can use a plant-based milk. You can also use... you can even use aquafaba. We talked about aquafaba years ago, but it's very versatile. And then this is the star ingredient. You may have heard of it before. This is nutritional yeast, and this is basically what creates that really cheesy kind of taste in the vegan cheese. Now, nutritional yeast is one thing I do need to let you know. If you do consume a lot of nutritional yeast and you've never consumed it before, please do not be alarmed. It becomes fluorescently yellow. That is actually because of the abundance of B vitamins in the nutritional yeast. So don't be alarmed. It's very normal, and it just means that you're getting a great B vitamin hit. So I'm going to put that here. I've got some awesome ingredients in here, especially, potatoes, carrots, great for you. And actually, if you're a science geek like me, I'm really interested in genetics. I actually did a little bit of education. If you didn't know, potatoes are incredible vegetables. They actually have more chromosomes than humans. So humans, we have 46. Potatoes actually have 48. They have 2 up on us. So amazing, amazing vegetable. Definitely should use that in your vegan cheese. Any questions so far?
Nope.
Okay, great.
Sounds yummy.
Awesome. Hope you make it. Okay, so this is also an ingredient. This is arrowroot starch. So you can use cornstarch or tapioca starch. The reason I prefer arrowroot flavor, so it doesn't really affect, because I'm using quite a lot, I'm using a couple of tablespoons, it doesn't really affect the flavor of anything you make, whereas cornstarch sometimes can affect the flavor a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I use the arrowroot starch, and it's a super important ingredient in this recipe because it's basically the thickening agent. Mm. So if you want your cheese to be nice and thick and potentially even stretchy, it's never going to be as stretchy as real cheese, but if you want it to kind of have that consistency, it's a very, very important ingredient.
So using arrowroot starch, but you also say that tapioca starch.
Yes, and cornstarch is fine as well. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put garlic powder. I think I put garlic powder in just about every savory recipe. I always need garlic powder, and then a little bit of as well into my blender.
Someone's asking, can we buy all the ingredients at Down to Earth? Wow. Yes.
You better believe it.
Wow.
Nice little segue.
Did we pay you to say that?
Right. So if you want to buy these ingredients, downtoearth.org/shop, and you'll find the ingredients on there. Or if you want to order a grilled cheese sandwiches available at our deli as well. And that is found at order.downtoearth.org. And they can make them vegan or with regular cheese.
Thanks, Healing Noni.
Yeah.
For that plug.
I know, that was awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to add don't want to add a whole lot, but it's basically to get the color. So as you can see, I'm missing my little my little cover, which allows dash in. So I'm just going to eyeball it, and I just want a tiny bit to give me that yellow color. You don't need a whole lot, just a pinch of it.
That's important when you're trying to feed this to kids, because if they see that yellow like cheese, regular cheese, they're going to be suspect.
Right. Although I have actually made, a little while ago, we had purple potatoes at our Honolulu store that our produce manager Lambert brought in. I actually used purple potatoes and I made a purple cheese.
Whoa.
It was amazing. So it didn't, the color of the carrot actually didn't influence it at all. It looked very, very purple. So if you ever see potatoes at any of our stores, definitely grab them and make a purple cheese. Your kids will perfect for keiki.
That's fun.
Yeah.
A unicorn grilled cheese.
Right, exactly. Okay, last thing I'm going to add is some lemon. As always, we like to roll before we squeeze the juice out. And that is just because we want to make as much juice as possible. Any other questions while we're squeezing this lemon juice in?
No questions yet. I have a question.
Yeah.
So, actually, I don't have any fresh lemons at home, but I have everything else. Right. What do you think is a good, like, easy sub?
Yeah,
Should we just put vinegar instead?
Yeah, if you wanted to use vinegar. I mean, vinegar can be very strong, but if you wanted to use vinegar, I would probably just put less.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
Okay, so squeezing that lemon in.
We have to make modifications because, you know, we do go out and shop, but we try not to go out too often.
Right, exactly.
Ooh, got one more question before you spicy.
Oh, great question. You can add some cayenne pepper, chili flakes, or if you want, when you're actually making your sandwich, you could put some hot sauce, spread some on the actual bread before you apply the cheese, the spreadable cheese.
Yeah.
So yeah, many different ways. You can actually not a huge spicy person. I do use cayenne pepper from time to time, but you know, I know that a lot of you spice fans out there, you come up with really, really ways to add some heat to your dishes. So if you have any suggestions, feel free to pipe up in the comments there.
Okay. I like to add some kimchi juice from my mother-in-law's kimchi. Not my mother-in-law, but that's the name of the brand.
Right.
Mother-in-law's kimchi. So
right.
Good.
That's a great idea. You know, you could even put that into your cheese. Like
put it right in there.
Instead of putting the amount of water, instead of putting half a cup of water, you could, or half a cup of veggie broth, you could add a little, substitute a little bit with the kimchi juice.
Yeah.
Idea. Okay. I'm going to start blending. Sorry in advance for the noise. Okay, it's getting very, and I can just see the top of it is needing a little bit of a stir so it can get blended as well. But you can start to see the consistency I'm talking about. It's very thick, and the arrowroot starch is really what's responsible for that. The cashews make it nice and creamy, but the arrowroot really give it sort of that stretchy consistency. Okay, I'm gonna keep blending.
Okay, and our behind the scenes. Hold on. Going in for a closer look.
Basically, we just want it to be nice and smooth. You can have a look. See that stretchiness? Thank you, arrowroot starch. Okay, so now I'm going to assemble our sandwich.
Yeah. So if you don't put in the starch, it'll just be a sauce.
Right, exactly.
Right? You really need that thickening agent.
Exactly. And it'll be a delicious sauce. And actually, you can use this, you can use the cheese sauce in many, many things. You can even put it on pizza. You can, you know, make
some pasta.
Yeah. Cheese bread with it, whatever you like. Pasta, you can use it for nachos. Yes, I often eat it with nachos. Yeah. Nice. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to assemble my sandwich directly in my pan because I'm going to put it over on my stovetop soon. So you can use your grill as well, whatever you prefer. So all I do is I brush a little bit of oil on one side. I'm just using avocado oil, but you can use whatever oil you like. Just brushing oil on one side of my bread. And I'm just using a gluten-free bread. I am generally always gluten-free. I'm not celiac, but I do have gluten sensitivity. Actually, this month is actually gluten. It's actually Celiac Awareness Month. So for those of you, I'm giving a shout out to all those who are celiac or who have some kind of gluten sensitivity. Now what I'm going to add my cheesy sauce.
Whoa.
So you can
Just
see,
go right in there.
really nice and stretchy. Just gonna spread it. So if you want to have a thicker sauce, you can actually add a little bit of coconut milk to your recipe. I put it on the recipe as an optional. Yeah.
Oh.
So if you add coconut milk and then you fridge, the fat in the coconut milk will actually help to thicken the sauce as well. And when you put it in the fridge for a few hours, it does thicken. Just a little bit more. See that cheesy sauce going on there. You can put as much or as little. It's your sandwich. And then I'm going to brush the other side of my bread.
You know, it's funny because when people make grilled cheese, there's a lot of debate about what you brush the bread with.
Oh, yeah.
And debate, you should just use what you want to use.
Right, exactly. I mean, at this stage, you could brush if you want that heat, you could brush your sriracha. You could even put a little bit of veggies, which is our vegan mayo. We have a Just mayo as well. Okay, we're going to pop that on there. Now we're going to move it over to the stove. And I like to put it on at about medium heat. If you put it on too high, then the bread will burn. So I put it on medium heat. I just press it down a little bit, and you can actually see sauce is oozing out.
Oh,
it's already got that.
That's what you want in a grilled cheese.
Yeah, it's already got that meltiness without even actually cooking yet. All right. So I'm just going to put that there. And, you know, this is such a versatile recipe. You really can add whatever you like. You could also add bell peppers. You could add, if you want to be really bougie, you could add, like, caramelized onions. Ooh. You can add so much spinach, whatever you like. Or you could do some herbs, like an herb cheese, toasted sandwich.
Yeah.
You know, in Australia, I don't know if you realize I'm from Australia. And from where I come from, we actually call sandwiches, we often call them sandos, and we often put tomato grilled cheese sandwich. So we call it, we pronounce tomato. So we have a good old cheese and tomato sando. And that's like a very, very popular Australian meal.
That makes sense because I love eating cheese with tomato sauce.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's
just put them together.
Popular. Yeah. So
can we see the bread that you're using?
Yes, absolutely.
This is a gluten-free bread.
This is our brown rice loaf. It actually looks like bread.
Yeah, it really does look like, that stereotypical white bread.
I'm going to smooth this over because our induction stovetop does not want to let me use that side.
And this is the Energy brand. You can find this in the freezer.
Yeah, you can get it fresh or frozen.
Yeah.
Thank you. But we have great bread brands. There's another brand that I also like. It's called Little Northern Bakehouse. They have a millet and chia bread. They also do a cinnamon raisin bread. So anyone who's gluten-free, don't feel like you have to miss out. Definitely do not need to. Not hear it down to earth. We love to cover all of your dietary needs. And I am someone who has a lot of food quirks. I can testify on everything I need here, which is awesome.
Okay.
All right.
You can't really hear it. I'm pretty sure you can't hear it on the camera, but it's sizzling.
Let me show you this side. See that ooziness?
Gooey.
I just love the ooze. Now, I preheated this stovetop and it would be a lot quicker because usually you only need a couple of minutes. But because I didn't preheat it, we're just taking a little bit longer. Are there any questions anything that you want to know?
Let's see. Hilly Noni said Australia. Yes. Cece's from Australia.
Yes.
If you can't tell by her accent.
I know. I know. A lot of people who talk to me, when they first look at me, they just think I'm local, and then I start speaking and it's all very confusing. I understand. Okay, let's have a look. We're gonna flip it just to check the other side.
Flip it. Oh,
it's not quite grilled yet. I'm gonna keep grilling.
This is a So
I know.
this is what
That's
happens
right.
at home. You forget, like, oh, I forgot to preheat the oven.
Right, exactly.
Oh, we have someone who joined a little bit late.
Yes.
And she said, he or she, not sure, what type of cheese is it joined late?
Oh, okay. Great
let
question.
Me bring you over here.
This is actually our homemade cheese. The recipe is found online at d2e.grilled cheese. We made this ourselves in about, it took like really just so fast. The longest part is actually just boiling your vegetables. But you know, we have so many great plant-based and conventional cheeses in our chill fridge. Yeah. Some of my favorite plant-based cheeses, I love the Chow, Miyoko's, Life. They are so good. I find that, you know, if you are wanting to use a cheese that you buy from our stores, I would really recommend this grilling part. You put a lid over the pan, and that will actually help the cheese to melt better.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this one that we've made is very oozy, but if you are wanting to
more ooze.
Yeah, if you are wanting to have that effect from a cheese that you get from our stores, then better to actually put a lid on to melt it more.
What I like to do is I put another pan on top of as like a cheese press.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
Yeah.
Good idea. Great for anyone who doesn't want to invest in a sandwich press as well.
Just put the pan on there.
Right.
Make sure it's clean on the bottom.
Right, exactly.
Good to go.
Oh yeah, I can hear the sizzling.
Oh yeah, that's the cheese itself.
Yes.
And then even here, I think there's a lot of debate about how grilled do you want it. Because some people don't like it to be crispy, so it looks quote unquote burnt.
Right.
But I know some people like it actually just like the way it looks more minutes, but
I think so too. I think on either side. I've actually never used this bread before in a grilled setting. I often eat it just, but I've never used it to grill in the pan or anything like that.
Well,
so
we're learning.
Yes,
today.
we're all learning together. So, I can hear the cheese sizzling as well.
Right, oh yeah. Can you guys hear that? It's talking.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, so okay, one last flip, and then we'll give it a taste. Oh, it's starting to stick.
Yum. It smells really good.
Oh, that nutritional yeast.
The bread is not smell. It's
right. Even when I actually use it in the toaster, it usually goes quite brown around the edges, but the middle doesn't show as much as the rest of it.
Maybe it's
crust. This is the type of bread.
The type of bread. Because it's brown rice.
Yes, brown rice. Bit of white rice in there as well. You know what? I'm going to take this off because I really want to cut it in half and do the reveal.
The best part.
That's the best part.
Okay,
so
turn this off. If we're friends or not, Cece, let's see how you cut your sandwich.
Oh.
I'm not going to tell you the right way, the quote-unquote way to do it.
I always do. And, you know, and this is coming from Australia as well, with the sandwich press. When you use the sandwich press, it often has the indent.
Yeah.
And it creates that triangle thing. Actually, when the bread seals on the edges, we call that, I don't know if you call that here as well, we call that a toasty. When it's like a triangle sealed on the edges and all the filling is sealed in.
Oh, yum.
That's a toasty.
That's to make your sandwich a little more fancy.
Yes. So in that sense, I always have to cut it.
Oh, yeah.
Diagonally.
Okay. I'm glad we're still friends.
Okay. All right. Okay. I've got cheese goo all over my hands.
Yum.
Let's have a look. Look at that gooey.
Can you believe there's potatoes?
Yeah. Carrots
in there.
Onion.
Wow.
Yes.
It's like a salad, but in a grilled cheese.
Right. Imagine feeding this to your keiki and just knowing how good it is for them. And they don't even know it, which is the best part. Yeah. I'm going to give this a taste test.
All right. What does it taste like?
Very cheesy.
Yeah.
Very gooey.
Yeah.
You want your grilled cheese sandwich to be a melty mess.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that ooze right there.
Yeah.
That is the best part.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really a grilled cheese if it doesn't go all over the place.
Exactly.
Yeah. You can only dream about your cheese oozing out like.
Especially for vegan cheese.
Yeah, because some vegan cheeses are harder to melt than others.
So messy.
Yes,
it's the best.
Some more.
So, like I said, you can get all of these ingredients online for curbside pickup or delivery at downtoearth.org/shop. If you want to order a grilled cheese sandwich, we actually have an incredible kids menu. So, we've got our little banners going. We have a great kids menu from the kids menu at order.downtoearth.org. That is our Down to Earth Deli app. And we have an incredible promotion for you till Tuesday the 26th. You can get 50% off anything on our keiki menu using the code keiki50. 50% off. That's half price.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So mock chicken nuggets on there. We have peanut butter and jelly sandwich. We have, of course, a grilled cheese sandwich, and you can choose it with regular or vegan cheese.
Yep.
Whatever you desire, you can treat your kids as well. So thank you so much for joining us. Are there any other questions or comments before we go? The recipe is d2e.co/grilled cheese sandwich. Any other questions or comments?
I have a question. So how far in advance can we make the cheese sauce?
Great question. You can actually, sometimes if I eat it really quickly, which I often do, if I make a big batch like this, you can put it in a container or a jar, and usually it will last a few days to a week. Honestly, it lasts that long for me because it's so versatile and you can use it with everything. I basically it on everything. So it doesn't really last more than a couple of days.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, you can use it on pizza, pasta. I love with this recipe as well, just because it has that same gooey, pizza cheesy kind of texture and consistency.
Yeah. Any other questions? Oh, one question is, can you freeze the cheese?
Oh, that is a great question. I've never, but if you think about the ingredients, I think it would be fine to freeze it. And maybe you could even do ice cube trays. So you could, if you wanted to give something a cheesy flavor, you could just put a little ice cube in there and flavor, add a little cheesy flavor to your dishes.
Now that you say that, I'm wondering, do we have to use fresh potatoes and fresh carrots? We could use frozen carrots? Frozen potatoes?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think you could definitely, as long as you cook everything beforehand. Yeah. I generally use fresh just because we have such a great produce department and I'm here all the time. So I just grab things fresh. But yeah, I think you could definitely use frozen as well. I don't know if we have frozen potatoes, but we frozen carrots.
We have maybe not frozen potatoes, but I definitely think we have frozen hash browns.
Yes, we do.
Tater tots.
Yeah, absolutely.
I always have a lot of frozen tater tots in my fridge, and there's always that one that's 5 left, and I don't know what to do with it. So next time I'll just throw it into that.
Yeah, make a cheesy sauce out of them. But yeah, and see purple potatoes in our stores. Try the purple potatoes because they make it look so vibrant, and you're purple cheese. That's amazing. So do it for the keiki. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining our vegan grilled cheese sandwich demo. And like I said, we are doing these demos every week. We have another Facebook Live cooking demo next Wednesday. Community Outreach Assistant Amber will be back next Friday for our Instagram Live cooking demo. So thank you so much for joining us, and we can't wait to see you again. Thanks for cooking with us.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, my hand is so cheesy. I was like, I want to lick it, but I don't want to do it on TV.
Okay, I downloaded it. Okay, share it to IGTV. Let's go on with your eyes open. Nice. Oh, do I have one of this?
Should just wash it. Oh, we're still on over here.
I forgot about you.